Hello, how you guys doing? It's Angie, and I'm back, but I'm not reviewing a wig this time. This time we're going to be reviewing the TV show Ready to Love Season 2, The Reunion. Did you guys see that show? Was that not a hot mess? I didn't think I would want to review any TV shows, but after seeing that show, I had to come back and offer my little 2 cents. But I had to take some notes because I didn't want to miss anything. But I want to start off first talking about Chica. I think I'm saying his name right. But he was the one who blew up at Ashima at that mixer at the club. You know, he was trying to help smooth things over between Nina and Tandy because, you know, they blew up on that double date on that trolley or whatever it was. And so he was trying to, you know, help them get together and straighten things out. And for whatever reason, Ashima got on his nerves, and so he kind of blew up at her. And it kind of made me side out of brother a little bit because I was thinking, dang, he got some anger issues. You know, come on, dude, it ain't that serious. But nevertheless, he came back at the end of the show. He explained his actions and he apologized. And so, Chiba, you all right with me, brother. You know, that showed that you had great integrity and great character. So I ain't mad at you no more. You know, I'm proud of you. And also, Jimmy, you know, he apologized to Kimber. And speaking of Kimber, why was she wearing that halo? I mean, was that like a new fashion trend that I'm not aware of? I mean, I ain't trying to throw no shade. She was still cute, but it was a bit much for me, you know. Anyway, Jimmy apologized to Kimber, you know, because he kind of hurt her feelings a little bit when he kind of put her on blast about that guy in prison, you know, at the pool party. And that really was not the place to do it. But, you know, by the same token, I kind of understand, you know, he wanted to know. But there's a time and a place for everything, and that was not the right time or place. And so I understand why Kimber got a little offended. And so, you know, I get that. But nevertheless, he did come back and he offered a sincere apology. And so I was proud of you, Jimmy, for doing it. If you're watching the show, my review. And I'm kind of hoping that, you know, this will be the start of something good between you two, because you definitely connected. I know you tried to act like, you know, whatever at the end of the show, but we all saw the connection. And Kimber was definitely connected to you. So, who knows? I know Kimber said that ship had already sailed. But, you know, like my man was saying, the ship can always come back around. So hopefully you two will get on board and just go sailing and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rooting for you. You know, I agree with Tommy. I think that you two make an adorable couple. And I'm rooting for y'all. Moving on. Carrie and his litmus test. You know, Carrie was the oldest one. I think he was, 51? But I like Carrie. You know, I thought that he was very gentlemanlike and suave. And he was feeling Reva. You know, that's who he felt connected to. But he turned Reva off by asking her this question. I mean, they were all calling him Cat Daddy. But he asked her the question, what would she call him if they were in a moment of passion? And he called it a litmus test, but I think it was just a conversation started. But nevertheless, Reva acting like she was so offended by that. You know, she tried to carry herself as this virtuous woman who demanded respect and all this kind of stuff. So she was turned off by his little question. But yet this is the same woman who allowed Mario to be all between her legs at the pool party. Did y'all see how she was acting at that pool party? I mean, had him all up between her legs. They hugged all up and laughing and kikiing. And she carrying on like that in public. Didn't have on nothing but a swimsuit. You know what I'm saying? They could have been having sex in that water. I mean, that's just how close they were. I mean, in public in front of everybody. I mean, she going to carry on like that, but yet she going to act like she was so offended by Carrie's question. Girl, bye. And then speaking of that pool party, really? That's where things should have started turning around as far as Mario, Tandy, and Reva were concerned. Because Mario, you know, at the end of the show, we all know what happened. You know, he tried to act like Reva was the one that he always wanted. Okay, if that's the case, then why not just let everything come to a head at the pool party, because he was already turned off by Tandy, because he felt like she was being over sexual, and with the comments she made about being a squirter, and she was kind of offended because she felt like he was judging her. She felt like he should accept her the way that she was. I mean, that's just how she was, loud and sociable, and just, like to have fun or whatever. But nevertheless, he was disgusted by her actions. She was disgusted by his judging. So why not just cut your ties there and go your separate ways? And, like I was saying, he was saying that Reva was the one he wanted, so that would have been a perfect time for him to hook up with Reva. He was already, obviously, physically attracted to her because he was between her legs. And so he was also emotionally attracted to her, because he said at the end of the show, that's the one that he wanted. So why not do it there? Why not just let things start there? And that way, Tandy would have had a chance to explore other men, because at that point, I think Carrie hadn't really connected with anyone, and Brent hadn't really connected. So I don't know if Tandy would have, I don't know if she was attracted to those two, but it would have given her the opportunity to explore and see. Had Mario just went head on it, had she and Mario just went head on and ended things there. And Tandy, I mean, I would have wanted to end it anyway, because after seeing him between another woman's legs like that, that would have been a bit much for me. I mean, right out in public for everybody to see. To me, that was just a tad bit disrespectful, but that's just me. So, but for whatever reason, they decided to still keep things going. And, it got to the point where Mario was saying that she was the one, and he gave her this ceramic ring, and he even told her that, she would get the real thing hopefully one day. I mean, he really led her on into believing that she really was the one. And if he wasn't feeling that way, then like she said on the show, he should have spoke up and told her. And even when Reva self-eliminated, he was talking about how he felt some type of way about that. But even then, if she was really the one, then he wouldn't have let her self-eliminate it. You know what I'm saying? He would have went ahead and let her know, hey, don't do it. You're the one I'm really feeling. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? He had so many chances to do it the right way as far as breaking off things with Tandy. You know what I'm saying? But he, like I said, he led that girl on. And at the end of the show, he and Reva both just humiliated her. I felt so bad for Tandy. I mean, and at one point, did you all see how he just really just dissed her? Because I think she was trying to ask him what was wrong or whatever. He was like, get away from me. Did y'all see that? I mean, he was so cold and so rude to her. I felt so bad. And I realized that Mario has apologized since then. But I don't think the apology was sincere, because he knew what he was doing. He's a player. He knew what he was doing. And I think that he just apologized because of the negative feedback that he got. That was really rude. And Mario, I got to tell you, you really let me down, because I really thought that you were a sincere brother. I really did. So you let me down. You're no better than Aaron was in season 1. You just played with women's feelings just like he did. But nevertheless, and Reva, I know you think that because you won the game, that you won the prize, but you ain't got no prize, because Mario's not no prize. And tell you the truth, the way that he played around with Tandy's feelings, that should have been a red flag for you, because the same way that he treated her, sweetie, he'll do the same thing to you, because it's just in him to do that. Like Tandy said. And then he made the dumbest comment. She was like, you could have told me you could have told me how you were feeling. And he was like, well, I'm telling you now. Really? I mean, I lost so much respect for Mario at that point. I really did. It was just shameful the way he played with that woman's feelings, and then just treated her like she was a darn leper at that reunion. That was just wrong. And Reva, that should have been a red flag. You should have checked him on that. And really, when you self-eliminated, you should have stayed eliminated, because there's no way that man would come in my face after going through all that with Tandy. There's no way he would come to me talking about, oh, you the one I always wanted. No, No, you ain't gonna treat me like no leftover. And then he gonna do her the same way anyway. Once he get what he want from her, sex her up enough, and get what he want, it's gonna be adios for her too. She ain't gonna know nothing about it. She gonna wake up one day and he gonna be like, I'm with somebody else now. I mean, he'll do that. He's shown to be that kind of person, and so I don't know. I guess y'all deserve each other, but honey, she over there bragging and carrying on like she got a prize, honey. You ain't got nothing. Not nothing. And I got to give it to Tandy. You carried yourself pretty good. You made your little childish comment about how my cat tasted. I mean, I understand why you said it. Your feelings were hurt a little bit, so. But nevertheless, you did good, because if it was me, oh, hon, I would have read both of them for filth all up and down it. But anyway, moving on. Who else? Michael and Aisha. I was kind of shocked at their little connection. Aisha was cute. I liked her personality. She was kind of playful. But Michael, I don't know. He was kind of dry to me. Was he kind of dry? He kind of like had a dry personality. He didn't smile much, and his expression was so stoic. For the most part. Like he really didn't care to be there. I mean, maybe it was just me, but his personality was kind of dry, compared to Aisha's. But nevertheless, they connected, so hey, maybe they'll make it. And who else? John. I got 5 words for you, John. Nigga, the lies you tell. Do y'all really believe that man is married? I don't believe it. And then he gonna get on the show and act like he's all that, talking about he had women. I can't even say it like he said it, but he tried to carry on like he had women that he could just pick and choose from anytime he wanted, and then he was talking about this one woman in particular that he knew was the one, but he had to come on the show to make sure. Some dumb stuff he said, but Chiba checked him. He was like, well, what would you have done had you connected with somebody on the show? And he said some most stupid mess like well, we would have figured it out or something like that. Negro, please. Damn well. I don't even want to go into it with John. You use a lie, and so that's all I'm gonna say about you. You a joke, and you didn't even have enough decency and respect for your wife to wear your wedding ring. Did y'all see that? He wasn't wearing a wedding band. So John, bye boy, you use a lie. But moving on to the Love Square. Alexis, Divine, London, and Brent. Now, I could say out of the 4 of them, the only one that my heart goes out to is Brent. Because I think Brent realized that he was just being played. And tell you the truth, I don't think Alexis wanted anybody on that show. I just think she just wanted to win. And I think the only reason why she was going hard on London was because Divine was interested. If Divine wasn't interested in London, she wouldn't have cared. She wouldn't have cut up the way she did. And I don't know, I just felt so sorry for Brent, his expression when they were showing that exchange between Divine and Alexis. I mean, he just looked so defeated and so hurt, and I felt so bad for him, because I really believe that he likes Alexis. I really do. And it just really hurt my feelings to see that expression on his face when he realized, that she was playing him, that she really wasn't into him. And as far as the kiss, I don't know. I know that, they were saying that Alexis had no reason to lie, but see, women like Alexis, I don't put nothing past them. I think she would make up something like that just to win. I think she plays dirty. And London, he ain't no prize either, but I can honestly say I believe that between the 2 of them, I really believe he had a stronger interest in Alexis, because for one thing, she's younger and she doesn't have children, and he wanted children, so I really think that he was really feeling her, But I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, London, he won no prize, and don't he kind of remind you of Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I mean, I kept looking at him and I was like, if they ever decide to reboot that show, he will definitely be a sure win for the part of Uncle Phil, James Avery. But anyway, and Divine, I think at one point she was really, really feeling London, but I think she realized he was kind of, I don't know, I kind of think that she knew that he had more of an interest in Alexis, but I think she just played along. But nevertheless, I like Divine. I like the way she carried herself throughout the show. She was a lady, but she can get gangster too. So I liked her. And I don't know. Like I was saying, of the four of them, the one that I really felt sorry for, and the one that I feel like was the most sincere was Brent. And I just felt so bad for him because, Alexis don't want him. And did y'all see how Alexis turned around and looked at Christina when Christina was like, well, are y'all together? She was like, who want to know? Did y'all see that? That was so funny. But Christina was picking on everybody. I mean, she even picked on Terrell. Terrell and Nina, they made a little love connection. And I was glad to see that because Nina, she's got a lot of baggage, and you could tell she's hurt and had a lot of pain and everything. But, she and Terrell managed to make a connection. And although we didn't see it during the show, it was replayed at the reunion. And that was surprising. But I was really glad to see that she connected because I really believe that under all that baggage and hurt, that she is a really sweet woman, and she will make someone a really good woman or wife. And if Terrell is patient and supportive enough of her, then once she get through her stuff she's going through, she's going to really, really be appreciative of him. And he's going to have a good woman on his hands because, guys, if you can stand by and support a woman when she's at her worst and going through her worst, when she gets back on her feet and is at her best again, she's going to give you the best of herself because you were there when nobody else was. You were there supporting her at her worst, so why wouldn't she appreciate you when she's at her best? So just keep that in mind, guys. I know a lot of guys are saying, oh, she got too much baggage, don't mess with her. But, guys, if you really believe in a woman and you see that spark in her, then stick by her. It might be hard, it might be difficult because it's not going to be easy, dealing with somebody who's going through some stuff. But you hang in there. When it's over and done with, you're going to have a superb woman by your side, really, because she's going to love you for it, But anyway, I guess that's all I have to say. I found it kind of interesting that they didn't say anything about Angie. She was the one that had the little short haircut. I don't know if it was finger waves or what, but the atheist. They didn't say anything about her. I don't know if it was, I don't know. Maybe she didn't want them to say anything, but I just found it interesting that, they didn't say anything about her. But I guess that's about all I have to say about the show. And I will say this, if it were up to me, here's how I would have matched everybody. And this is just because of the level of attraction that I saw between the people. Carrie, I would have matched with Reva. Mario and Tandy, because even though it turned out that Mario was playing Tandy, at one point, before we knew what was really going on, he really displayed true emotions for her. At least I thought he was anyway. And, he turned out to be a really big disappointment. But I guess that's what happens when enough women tell a man that they look like Morris Chestnut. But Mario, if you're watching, The only thing in common that you have Morris Chestnut is your complexion and those big teeth. That's it. So, you know, you need to get over yourself because you ain't all that. And Terrell, I would have hooked up with Christina. And that's because we really didn't know that much about Christina or Terrell because they got eliminated so quickly. And Darren, I would have kept with Ashima because I really believe that they are genuine. I think there's a real connection there. And, you know, she got a flat booty. Did y'all see her booty when she was going to his house and they had an issue about the dogs? Anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. That don't even matter. Jimmy and Kimber, yeah. Brent, I would have matched with Nina because don't you remember when he was talking to her and she was telling him about her son and the way that the father left them, and you know she kind of broke down and started crying. I liked how he sat there and talked to her and kind of supported her and told her that he was proud of her, you know, because, you know, being a single mother isn't easy. So he, you know, offered her some support. So I like that little connection there. So, and then too, you know, he was a mentor, had his own mentoring business. So he would have been a very good role model for her son. So I would have matched them together. Michael and Aisha, yeah, I would have kept that one. John, I would have put with Angie, for obvious reasons. London, I would have connected with Alexis because I really believe that, you know, again, that Alexis is the one that he really wanted. And Chiba, I would have put with Divine. I know that they already knew each other, but, you know, the way that they were carrying on at the beginning, you know, they just seemed to have a lot of fun with each other. And, you know, I like what I saw. So I think they would have made it a good couple, you know. And as for myself, if I was on a show, then I would have chose Chiba because, I don't know, I like his directness. You know, he's a strong man, and I like that he says what he means and means what he says, and I like that. I like a strong man. You know, I like him strong, and I like the fact that he would be a leader, but at the same time, he's humble enough to apologize when he's wrong. So yeah, I like Chiba. You know, that's the one I would have chose for me. But nevertheless, that's all I have to say about the show. And I thank you all for watching. And you know, if you like what I had to say, if you like me, then just like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.